Do you know during pregnancy there is what we call gestational age? This simply refers to the age of pregnancy at any given time. The knowledge of this age is important because it enables both the pregnant mother and the expectant father to plan for the arrival of their baby. This age is usually estimated. This is why it is called estimated gestational age. These form the basis of today's discussion. My name is Godwin Obono. You are welcome to this channel, Medical Science Lecture Room. Here we try to keep you informed on science and medical matters. In case you are new to this channel, please don't fail to subscribe. Please share the video as well. So let's begin. Now, gestational age, like I told you earlier, is the age of pregnancy. It's usually estimated. And so, but for you to estimate the gestational age, it is important for the pregnant mother to know when her last menstrual period was. Usually, during pregnancy, the woman must have menstruated previously before she became pregnant. And so, at any given time of the pregnancy, she wants to know how old is this pregnancy. And so she has to equally remember the last day she menstruated. And here, emphasis is on the first day of menstrual bleeding during that last menstrual period. Two dates are critical. First is the last menstrual period, and secondly is the date at the time she wants to know how old the pregnancy was. So let's consider an example where a woman whose last menstrual period was on March 5, 2022. She now came for antenatal. On that very day was June 20, 2022, and she demanded that she wants to know a date of the age of her pregnancy. So for us to calculate it, we will have to take into consideration these two dates, which is her last menstrual period and that very day she presented at the clinic. Even if she didn't go to the clinic, you can also do that at home. Supposing you decide you want to know the age of your pregnancy, even at home, at your home, at any given time, that very day you made that decision, the date should be considered. And then the date of your last menstrual period. For this woman, she presented on June 20th, 2022, and then her last menstrual period was on March 5, 2022. So we want to now calculate the age of her pregnancy, or what we call the estimated gestational age. Now, what you need to do is arrange the months from March, which is the last menstrual period, to June, which is the date of calculation. So if we take March, for instance, March, the next month will be what? April. The next month will be May. Next is June. Now let's look at these 4 months. Between March and June, these are the months that we have. Now, how many days are in this month? You know that March has 31 days. April has 30 days. May, 31 days. June, 30 days. It therefore means that we need to know those months with 30 days. Usually there are 4 months: April, June, September, November. While the rest of the months usually will have 31 days. Exception is February. That may be 28 days or 29 days, depending on if that year is a leap year or not. So if we have done this arrangement, now at this point you need to ask yourself, what is the date, the date of our last menstrual period, which of course is March 5th. So we're going to write 5th of our 5 here. We place 5. That's this 5. Writing it here means 5th of March. And then the day she is to estimating this date is on 20th of what? June. So we want to now find out how many days between the 5th of March and the June 20. That's what we are after now. Now at the moment, you need to achieve that for March, just say 31 minus 5. 31 minus 5 will give you, of course, 26. And then for April, you have 30 days. For May, of course, you bring down 31 days. For June, here will be what? 20 days. We are not after the days after what? June 20, which of course that will be 10 days. Remember, we are looking at the time, the days from the day of our last menstrual period to the day she is calculating this or estimating this. And so now, having determined these days, the next thing you have to do is to add all of them. So you will have 26 plus 30 plus 31 plus 20. And then when you have done that, do not forget to divide by what? 7. Why are you dividing by 7? You're dividing by 7 because when you add this to this to this, you will have a total number of days. And pregnancy is not expressed in days. We express pregnancy age in weeks. And so when you add all of this, you will have 107 all over 7. When you divide 107 all over 7, that will be 15.2. 15.2 thereabout. Now, 0.2, 3, and so on. So if you check out, but we are not after this decimal. So of course, this gives us an idea. 15 now tells us 15 weeks. Now, but the problem now is the number after the decimal point. So for you to get the actual number, what I will advise you do is that, remember that after dividing, what you have 7 here represent weeks. So what you have to do in this case, what I will advise you do is that for you to know the exact number of weeks as well as the exact number of days remaining, simply say 7 times this whole number. Even if this was 20.5, say 7 times 20. In this case, we have 15.2. Just say 7 times 15. Forget the decimal number. And so when you do that, 7 times this, that will give you that will give you about 105. 7 times 5, that is 15. 7, that will give you 105. That will give you 105. So if you say 7 times 15, that will give you 105. Now you can see 105, what you're left with will be what? 2. Remember we had 107. So if you say 7 times 15, it is 105. It means that this 15 simply refers, of course, this is 15 weeks remaining what? 2 days. So your answer will now be 15 weeks and 2 days. 15 weeks and 2 days. So if you approach it this way, the answer will become 15 weeks and 2 days. I do not know if you have understanding, but in case you do not understand this, I want to do it differently. I want to do it differently. But please remember that by the time you have all of these numbers, what you will have is a total of 105 and 107. This is 107 days. 107 days. But remember, we want to express it in weeks. That means pregnancy in this case is 107 days. That is the age. But that has to be expressed in weeks, which is why you have to divide by 7. But when you divide by 7, you're going to have 15.2. There is nothing like 15.2 weeks. There's nothing like that. But this 15, before the decimal point here, gives you an idea as to the number of weeks. Obviously, it is 15 weeks, but there is something left. Now, for you to know what is left, simply say the denominator, of course, is 7 times 15 to know what exactly you're going to have. When you say 7 times 15, you will have 105. Remember, if you compare 105 with 107, you see that the difference is 2. That means 105 will actually give you 15 weeks. Then what is remaining is 2 days. That's why it has said 15 weeks and 2 days becomes the age of gestation or the age of pregnancy for that woman whose last menstrual period is March 5th, 2022. Again, like I said, in case you do not find this approach convenient, you can as well approach it this way. Now, if you have understood, I will still take it from here, but I will only plane here. From here, I will only plane here. I just want to believe that you have understanding from the beginning to this point, because the other thing, the other way I want to treat it, I will still need to start all over through observing this, what I have done to this point. You see, the only difference is that instead of adding all of this, dividing by 7, that may give you problem, make you do in case you do not have calculator with you. That's why I want to show you another way you can have it done. or treat it. Now, in this case, if you have gotten to this point, instead of adding, then dividing, you can simply say, okay, let's do it this way. Remember that this is 26 days, this is 30 days, this is 31 days, and this is 20 days. Now, remember that every week he has 7 days, and in a month, it will have a month will give you 4. In a month we have 4 weeks, and 4 weeks will be 28 days. So it means that for 26 here, how many weeks do you think will be within 26 days? That will be, of course, 3 weeks is 21 days. So that will be 3 weeks. Look at it. That will be 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Now 3 weeks is 21 days. So if it is 21 days, what are the days left in 26? That, of course, will be 5 days. So you have 5 days. See, 3 weeks, 5 days. 3 weeks, 5 days. Now for 30, how many days, how many weeks in 30? That will give us, of course, 4 weeks. And what are the days left? 2 days. Remember, 4 weeks is 28. So 28, 29, 30. So 2 days, 4 weeks. Now for 31, how many days, how many weeks? That will be 4 weeks. 4 weeks. And how many days left? That will give you 3 days. 3 days. And when you come here, for 20, see that 20 do not have, 20, you check 20, that will give us about 2 weeks, 14 days. Now for 20, we're going to have 2 weeks. How many days left? The days will be 6 days. 6 days. Now, if you total all of this, it is easy now. You don't need even calculator to handle this. Now, if you check this, 3 plus this will be 12. 3 plus this is 7. 7 here will be what? 11. 11 here will be what? 13. So you have here 13 weeks. 13 weeks. If you have also the days, 5 plus this is 7. This will be 10. Yes, 5 plus this is 7, this is 10, this will be what? 16. You have what? 16 days. 16 days. Now, if you convert 16 days to weeks, remember, within 16 we have for 2 weeks here, which is 14 days. 14 days will give you 2 weeks. So 2 weeks added to this 13 weeks, that will give you 15 weeks. That will give you 15 weeks. And of course, if you take 2 weeks from here, what is left? It is 2 days. You have 15 weeks and 2 days. You can see the answer is the same, just the same way like the first example. So the answer is exactly so. This is how you can calculate or determine the estimated date of estimated gestational age, which is simply the age of pregnancy at any given time. And again, I want you to understand at this point that the age of pregnancy or gestational age is not the same as the fetal age. Fetal age, in other words, that refers to the age of the baby in your womb. So the age that the baby of the age of that of the growing fetus is not the same as the gestational age, which is the age of pregnancy. The reason is that pregnancy, the age of gestational age is taken or calculated from the last menstrual period. Of course, the first day of your last menstrual period. Why the fetal age, which of course is the age of the growing fetus, the baby in your womb, that the age is taken from the day of conception, and the day of conception is about the ovulation period. It therefore means that the age of a baby, growing baby in the womb, would likely be 2 weeks behind the gestational age. So if gestational age, for instance, is 15 weeks and 2 days, and you want to find out the age of the fetus or the baby in the womb of that woman, you take it 15 minus 2 weeks, and that of course will be 13 weeks. We have 13 weeks and 2 days. That will be the age of the baby in the womb of that woman. I do not know if I have made you understand how to determine the gestational age. If you have any question, please, you can go to the comment section, drop your comment. Like I said, you need to also subscribe to this video, because I'm about doing a video, or I've done a video on or how to estimate also the due date of pregnancy. Due date simply means the date of delivery, in case you want to know when your baby or when your baby will arrive, or when you put to bed as a pregnant mother or even an expectant father. You please check out that video. So subscribe, you please like the video, share the video, and if there are any questions, please go to the comment section and drop your comment. I will respond. Thank you.